Gary Payton and the Seattle Supersonics.
Sorry, Hey, Peter with the Seattle Mariners.
Jermaine Kearse.
Cliff Averill.
Nate Burleson.
You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam. You're watching NorbCam.
What's up, guys? This is NorbCam coming at you. Another NorbCam live. Let's talk about what's coming up here. What's all good in all you Seahawk fans out there, and for those of you who aren't, you're welcome to join in as well. I'm open to talking about whatever. This is a very loose show today. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your calls. We can talk about whatever you want. We can talk about the Rams game coming up. We can talk about Earl Thomas. We can talk about all kinds of stuff. But I see a lot of people already jumping on. You guys are quick on the trigger fingers, man. Fast. Like Midnight, Theft 01, Ernie Games Vlogs, Grizzlies Fan 37, Gazul Boss, Noah Al-Mujahid, Miguel Lucero, Gabriel Santos, Jacob Necochia, Joey you guys have tricky names. Joey Van Note, Nirvana Seahawks, Trev Coyle, and Tyler, X-Rider, Orlando, Z88. What's going on? Blow up the chat. I see you guys already doing it. I'll try to get to as many as I can in there, but it goes by fast. You can always do. I know some people jump in and do the. What's this thing called? It's like the this paid chat or whatever. I've never actually done that, but I see some people doing it. Feel free to do that. It definitely jumps out for me to see that you're jumping on the chat in there, get a little special highlight. But anyway, I'm also taking your calls. You can call it at 515-739-1219 and just enter the code 696-153 when prompted, and I'll try to get through as many as possible. But yeah, a very eventful week. It's weird. We won that game against the Arizona Cardinals down there, but it felt like we lost. You know, it's one of those cases of winning the battle but losing the war sort of thing. Of course, that war being losing Earl Thomas for the season and getting a little FU finger in the process. I talked about that in my last video about my breakdown about who's to blame about that. Go check it out if you have time. But we're moving on. Earl Thomas is not part of that. We also lost Michael Kendricks, by the way. You know, I knew that was coming eventually. Didn't know how soon it was going to happen. But it was, that criminal white-collar crime, the insider trading thing that he pled guilty to. It was just a matter of time before the NFL finally stepped in and said, enough's enough. You don't get to play anymore. So he got suspended indefinitely. So he's no longer playing football. And he is going to be going to prison pretty soon. Don't know when, sometime next year, but who knows? Maybe when he gets out, Seahawks can pick him back up because he's pretty good. Anyway, but let's talk about whatever's on your mind. Particularly, I want to hear what you guys think. What is it going to take for the Seattle Seahawks to beat the Los Angeles Rams? Arguably the best football team in the NFL right now, 4-0, flying high with an average of 33 points per game. I don't even think Seattle's even scored 33 points in a game yet. That said, you know, that's why they play the games, because if it was just all on paper, we would just sit there and plug numbers in and never actually watch any football. So, but I see we got people calling on the line, and I'm going to get to them, and we're going to try to talk to as many people as possible. Let's just have some fun with this today. All right. Let's do this. It's been a while. I feel a little rusty on this, but let's do this. I'm going to take the phone call right now. Let's go to my good friend over in New York City. Let's talk to Gang Green David. Let's see if he's online. Hold on a second. There we go. David, you online?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing okay, man. You know, we had the win, but it's been just a weird week with the whole Earl Thomas situation and everything else that was that went down. Just I don't know. Playing in Arizona just sucks, man. Everything bad happens to us. Even when we win, it feels bad down in Arizona. I just don't know about that place anymore, man. But anyway, what's on your mind, man? How you Jets doing? The last time you were on, you were flying high. You had just destroyed the, Detroit Lions in week 1, and you thought the sky was the limit. Talk to me, bro.
Well, it's been a rough few weeks as Jet fans. Obviously we had that big win in Detroit, and then all of a sudden, the last 3 weeks, you just saw an absolute collapse and implosion of this New York Jets team, where it's followed up by crappy play calling, defensive adjustments, and coaching. Because now a lot of our fan base is calling for our head coach to be gone, as well as for myself.
Yep.
We've been basically calling for his head for the last few years because he's just an absolute zombie. I mean, I honestly don't think he's not a very good coach at all. And if you want to have a rookie quarterback like Sam Darnold be good, part of that is due to coaching. And I think part of that is due to coaching is why quote unquote Sam Darnold is struggling out there, because of conservative play calling and because our coach is not doing anything to help him. Not to mention the fact of absolute garbage offensive line play. So it sucks going on over there right now. But in regards to your Seahawks, Norb, first of all, sorry about Earl Thomas, man. That's obviously a deal breaker at this point. I think you just got to keep moving away from the whole Earl Thomas thing, because now he has another injury added to his plate.
Yeah, it's well, that ship had sailed, I think, a while ago, and when it became clear that Earl Thomas, that the team had no desire to sign him to a long-term deal, it was just a matter of what was going to happen. And it sounds like, from what I'm hearing now, is that Kansas City was very close to actually working out a trade with us. It was almost like they're about to say, okay, just sign on the dotted leg broken. Oh, never mind, we'll take that back. So apparently there was a deal in the works, but now we'll never know, because that all changed after he broke that leg. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks really. That game we won. It was great to have that win, but no one's going to remember that game other than remembering Earl Thomas being carted off, raising the middle finger to our team. And it sucks that that's the last memory after all the great plays he's made for so many years, and the Pro Bowls and All Pros, and having been part of that Super Bowl team, that be the lasting legacy, the last memory we have. I mean, it shouldn't go that way. And yet here we are, 2018, talking about Earl Thomas leaving with a broken leg and flipping off the team. I mean, that's going to be the lasting image, and that just sucks. But it's the business side too, and there's not much we can do about it.
Absolutely. I mean, your team, honestly, the Seahawks, based on what I watched throughout the highlights, and I actually did watch that Seahawks-Dallas game, you guys still do look like a pretty aggressive team, especially on offense. There's lots of great plays being made on offense, especially with Russell Wilson, finding his open man, spreading the field, adjusting, and you guys still have a head coach that can at least, hire a coaching staff that can make adjustments properly, unlike our coaching staff that can't adjust to a simple crossing route and allow 500 yards to the Jacksonville Jaguars offense.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. And I agree with you, what you said earlier about the coach and the quarterback. I mean, look at the Rams' first year with Jared Goff under Jeff Fisher. He was terrible. He sucked.
Exactly.
And I'd written him off. I said, this guy's a waste of a first-round pick. And then they get Sean McVay in there, and all of a sudden the whole thing turns around. Jared Goff has this monster year, and I'm going, okay, maybe it's just a fluky second year. But he's off to a pretty darn good third year here, so maybe he really is the real deal, and it was just the coach-quarterback relationship. So maybe that's a case in point that maybe you guys do just need somebody in there that's new. It's funny you mentioned about your head coach being a zombie, because that dude's got like absolutely zero emotion, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if it's a good thing, because sometimes you don't want a coach who's too up and down, but I mean, look at Bill Belichick. He's like a zombie when he's doing his press conferences.
I guess towards the media. It's kind of a good thing, so that way you're not, because New York, when you're around New York media, cause a lot of there's a lot of controversy being caused, and you don't want to really cause something that the media's just going to go chaotic on. So I guess the showing zero emotion side for both towards the media, I guess, is a good thing. But however, during game time, it's absolutely different. You look at all these head coaches: Pete Carroll talking to Russell Wilson on the sideline, Hugh Jackson talking to Baker Mayfield. What's our coach doing? He's standing there on the sideline with his headset on, just watching the game, not even doing anything, not even trying to make adjustments, not even trying to help his rookie quarterback out. It's ridiculous. And the point that you just made with Jeff Fisher and Jared Goff, it's exactly a similar reason as to why I'm not writing off Sam Darnold yet. He's had his fair share of struggles. But you have to understand, you can make the case for any rookie quarterback, especially with ours. They're going to have games where they go through bumps like this. Jared Goff had it his first year. You mentioned it. Carson Wentz had it his first year. Deshaun Watson had it. And now all three of these guys right now are looking to be future stars of the NFL because they took the field through an in-game experience, which is what you should do as an NFL rookie quarterback. Russell Wilson even did it. He beat out Matt Flynn. He took the field in 2012 as a rookie, and with Sidney Rice and Golden Tate, and I think Ball was still in his rookie year at the time. I think you guys also had Zach Miller as well. And this is really when you guys started to heat up and go to the playoffs. So, you know, it's all about in-game experience when it comes to developing a rookie quarterback. Now every single rookie quarterback in the NFL is starting right now.
Yep. And, you know, it's interesting, though. The first year, the guy you really wanted was Baker Mayfield. He comes into the Browns organization after Tyrod Taylor suffers his injury. And then all of a sudden, the Cleveland Browns, now granted, they're only 1-2-1, but those guys should be 3-1 if you really look at it. If they could have just learned to win the game and not get a sucky call in that last game, too. But all of a sudden, Cleveland looks like the real, you know, possibly the finally new look Browns that everybody in Cleveland has been hoping for with the quarterback that you wanted, Baker Mayfield.
I mean, I did want Baker Mayfield, but Cleveland shocked us when they took him number 1 overall. You know, it's looking like right now it's looking like a pretty big call to take Baker Mayfield ahead of Sam Darnold. But we'll see. Time will tell. You know, it's only 3 games or whatever he's played. So 3 games into the season,
too early.
So a whole season left to play out. And I'm telling you, I think I can make the case for all these rookies. Even Josh Rosen, actually, believe it or not, I saw him make a lot of great throws on Sunday against you guys.
He did.
And
he
even
did.
Josh
In
Allen,
fact,
you know, he's a.
We could have lost that. Yeah, we could have lost that game if the Cardinals receivers didn't have a case of the Butterfingers, because he put some balls on the number and they dropped easy plays that could have gone for touchdowns and didn't, you know, and that didn't because they just dropped them. And I was going, man, we dodged some serious bullets on that game. But credit to the quarterback, he actually did pretty good. So, yeah, they might have a pretty good product in there too with him. But I knew it was a matter of time before Bradford was going to go down. I mean, that dude can't stay healthy for more than half a second. So it was just a matter of time before he'd get his shot.
$20 million a year.
So
paid him a $20 million deal just for him to go down after 3 games.
Oh yeah, that's been his life story, man. that guy's flown under a financial lucky star from the get-go. But anyway, that's his deal. But hey, man, I'm going to try to keep this thing going. I got other people on the line. They want to talk. But sorry about your Jets, man. Somebody in the chat was wondering, who's this guy support? So, yeah, Gangrene David is a big-time Jets fan, but he's always been an active supporter of NorbCam.
Subscribe to me on YouTube, guys. Subscribe to me on YouTube for all Jets news. I'm going to be at the Jet Bronco game this Sunday, and I'm probably going to live shoot for MetLife Stadium. So it's going to be a rough one. So go Jets, and I hope we get this together, and also go Hawks.
Thank you, man. Good luck. We'll be rooting for you. All right, take care, David. Talk to you later.
Thanks, man.
All right, that was Gangrene David. Always good to talk to him. Let's keep the calls going. I see a lot of people in the chat who are just saying we're going to get our butts kicked against the Rams. I want to hear from some of you guys on the line. I want to hear what it's going to take for Seattle to actually get a win here. I mean, I predicted in my prediction video that we're going to get swept by the Rams this season. Okay, you know, it doesn't mean I'm not supporting my team. Don't take that wrong. It seems like there's some fans out there that go, if you're not 100% in rooting for the team, well, you're not a true fan. Come on, man. I'm as true to this team that there is, but I'm also realistic about certain situations. I'm not saying we can't win the game. However, you got to face some very stark realities of when you got simply talent on the talent scale. One side is higher than the other. And look, we just lost Earl Thomas. We just lost Michael Kendricks, and he was doing great. And we don't have KJ Wright, and we just brought a guy off the street to help in the safety position. I mean, this is not a great situation we're in right now. So, but who knows? I want to hear hope from you guys. I want to hear some hope. What's it going to take? So, all right, let's go. I'm always interested in hear from people I do not recognize numbers from. So let's get right to it. Let's see who this is. This is from the 408. Who's this and where are you calling from? Hello.
Hello?
You are on with NorbCam. Hello? Who's this?
Jacob
Jacob, all right. And where are you calling from?
from San Jose.
San Jose, California. This is Jacob. Are you a Seahawks fan?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What's on your mind, Jacob? What you got for me?
Well, just like, I feel that we're going to get wrecked by the Rams.
You're predicting that we're going to get wrecked by the Rams. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people would not disagree with you. But what do you think? What's it going to take? How are we going to put up at least a little bit of a fight here, Jacob? What do we got to do to try to get at least make the score respectable?
I think do better in the passing game, because the running game, I feel like we're going to do bad with the Rams' defensive line.
Mm-hmm. The Rams' defensive line is tough, and I agree with you. But we've got to at least try to run, because you can't become one-dimensional against these guys. Otherwise, you get your defense on the field too long. We've got to try to run the ball somehow. But I agree it's going to be tough against two very monster defensive tackles out there.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Earl Thomas situation there, Jacob?
I don't know. It's all so confusing. I don't know.
Well, let me ask you, do you feel more anger towards the Seahawks or more anger towards Earl Thomas?
Well, more anger to Earl Thomas.
You're more mad at Earl Thomas?
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly because of what he did, because of the little gesture he gave to the Seahawks, a little parting gift?
Yeah, well, what do you think about it?
What do I think about it? Well, I don't blame the Seahawks, and I don't really blame Earl Thomas either. I actually blame the collective bargaining agreement that was agreed upon by the owners and the NFL Players Association, because they're the ones who agreed upon the contract situation that doesn't have the guaranteed contracts and the fact that teams can cancel contracts and not see them for the full term, creating the situation that it was. So I think the Seahawks had to do what was in their best financial interests, and Earl Thomas was trying to do what was best in his interests. Unfortunately, it didn't play out correctly, and it became the worst case scenario. I don't like the fact that he flipped off the team. I think that's just bad taste. That's not classy. And of course, as a fan, it makes you just disappointed and bummed out. But so I'm disappointed in him in that, but I'm not surprised, because, he pulled the Cowboys locker room stunt last year, and he's an emotional guy. That's just kind of how he is. So I wasn't completely surprised by all that, but at the same time, I just think he's just hurting himself, because he's shaming his own brand and the way fans look at him, and potentially endorsements and things like that down the line. So, so at the root of it, I blame the business side of things, but personally, I'm just disappointed, but he's really more hurting himself. So that's just a guy not thinking before he acts. This is a case in point for all you youngsters out there. Before you ever text, before you put something out on video, think about what you're going to do, because once you do it, especially when it's out there forever, and you can't take it back. Earl Thomas might someday go, man, I probably shouldn't have flipped off my team. That was probably bad call. But it's too late. Can't undo it. So, all right, well, thanks for calling, Jacob. Hopefully we can prove you wrong, and Seattle find a way to somehow get some points against the Rams.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Go Hawks.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, let's keep this going. Let's go to the area code 207. From the 207, who's this? Where are you calling from?
Winslow, Maine.
What is it?
Winslow, Maine.
Oh, you're calling from Maine. Okay, and what's your name?
Yes. Joey.
How do you spell that?
Joey.
Oh, Joey. Oh, I didn't understand you. Okay, Joey from Maine. Are you a Seahawks fan, or are you a fan of another team?
I love the Seahawks.
You're a Seahawks fan all the way in Maine, across the country. How's it that a guy in Maine is a fan of the Seahawks?
Well, it's the first team I ever watched.
Really? Okay, that's interesting. Now, did you grow up your whole life in Maine, or did you move there?
Yeah, I've grown up my whole life in Maine.
Wow. There can't be a whole lot of Seahawks fans in Maine, but hey, that's great. So,
yeah.
Tell me, what do you think about the Seahawks-Rams game?
Well, as you said in the previous call, we can't really run the ball up the middle. Not that I don't have faith in our running backs. It's just you have two of the best defensive tackles in the game there.
Yep.
And, well, our running backs keep changing. We put a first-round pick into Rashad Penny, who hasn't really had a chance, per se. Chris Carson, he didn't play in last game. Mike Davis had a great game against the Cardinals.
And I think it's great because I don't remember the last time we've had two back-to-back 100-yard rushers, less two back-to-back, two different 100-yard rushers. I think that's pretty impressive. I'm still trying to find the stat the last time that's ever happened. But I think that's a good thing. What that means to me is that either we got two great running backs back there, or maybe our line is actually starting to gel a little bit in the running game. So to me, that's a positive thing because you're going to need to have to run the ball no matter what to at least have some chance to beat a team when you don't have a whole lot of superstars on the in the receiving side of things. You got to be able to run the ball and keep the ball out of the opponent's hands. So I'm hoping that that's a good sign. That's going to be tough against the Rams. Rams ain't no Cardinals D-line.
Yeah, I watched the Rams-Vikings game. The run game against the Rams defense is pretty tough. But the Vikings, I was very impressed in their passing game. Yeah,
that's true. And the Vikings were hanging in there, hanging in there in the shootout. They just couldn't hang in there all the way to the end. But they put up a pretty good fight. Maybe we're going to have to do something like that. We don't want to get into a shootout, but I think we're going to have to make some hay in the passing game. We're just going to have to be somewhat balanced and have a little bit of luck and find some way to stop these guys with a defense that's our defense is banged.
Our defense is pretty questionable.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't that great before all this, and now we lose, Earl Thomas.
Yeah, Earl Thomas.
We lost Michael Kendricks. KJ Wright's been out. And then somebody mentioned in the chat don't forget about Will Dissly. I forgot to mention him earlier in the program. So, yes, Will Dissly is who was doing pretty good, not just in the run game, but actually making some catches. He's out too. So, yeah, that's just not helping out the situation. But you know what? Every team's got injuries, so we just got to roll with it and deal with it. Next man up. But all right, man. Well, I'm just curious. How did you discover my channel?
Well, the funniest thing is I've never really watched your YouTube channel before. I've seen a couple of your videos, but, I clicked on it and I watched, 10 seconds of it. I never really thought about it. And then I saw your weight parody.
Oh, yes.
And I just loved it, and I went back and I watched, pretty much all of your videos.
Oh, okay. Wow. So it was the music video that caught your eye.
Yeah.
That's cool. Wow, I thought you were going to tell me you hadn't even seen any of my videos. I was about to hang up on you, but then you saved at the end there, so good job. Well, thanks for I appreciate you sharing that with me. That's cool to know. So thanks for watching. But anyway, let's all hope for something good to happen on Sunday, and maybe we can all talk about what a great game it's going to turn out being. But
I think it's going to be a great game.
It's going to be fun. Hey, in the beginning it's going to be all tied up. And so for a while there, we're not going to be losing. So, okay. All right. Thanks for calling in, Joey. We'll talk to you later.
I appreciate you answering my call.
You betcha. You betcha. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
All right. That was Joey from Maine. Let's see. What else we got here? Let's get to... all right. I'm going to go to the 407. Let's find out who this is. What's up? You're on with NorbCam. Who's this and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello. Who's this?
Chris.
Chris, and where are you from?
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando. All right. And are you a Seahawks fan?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. What's on your mind? What you got for me?
I'm just thinking about how I think Seahawks will do great against the Rams. You got to believe in them. Help them with the most support, and I just think that the Seahawks did a good job drafting Michael Dixon as a punter. His accuracy is pretty good and stuff. And
Yep.
I think Russell Wilson's reaction time and like reflexes when he's like either getting rushed by defense, I think that's really good and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like your faith, man, and it's funny that you bring up we can beat the Rams. The first thing you bring up is how we drafted a punter, because I don't think the punter is going to win the game for us. However, he could help us in the field position battle. But I like your faith in the team. Anything's possible. We're gonna have to have a little bit of luck. But I think the teams have to play out of their minds. They're going to have to play a game like they haven't played all year to get a win on Sunday. But you never know. It's always possible.
I mean, you never know. Miracles could happen.
We've seen miracles happen before. We have seen that before.
Yeah.
But all right, well, we'll see what happens, man. But I appreciate you calling in, and yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed on Sunday. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Thank
All
you.
right, go Hawks. All right, let's keep this going. Actually, let me see. I see someone saying, Norb, read the comments. Read the comments. Okay, I'm gonna read the comments. There's so many. Let's just jump in here real quick. Seahawks fan 12, Will Disley. Robert Ramos says, I bet the Rams will sack Wilson 5 to 9 times. It's possible. Beast Gaming 2020. This is why you don't pay $12 million to Earl Thomas. Waste of money. You pay him this much and he gets injured week 4. That's a waste of money. And plus he's trash. Oh, I don't know about that last part. I don't know about him being trash. He did have a couple of interceptions and a pretty good game. But it is an example of, had they signed him long term, could you imagine they signed him to an extension and he breaks his leg? That would have been pretty terrible too. And that kind of similarly happened when they signed Cam Chancellor to a long-term deal, and then he got hurt and ended his career. Still got to pay him too. It's a tough deal. It's the financial reality that is why it's so hard when pro players get to that peak of their career. Teams can't afford to play them, and it's just hard for the players to get what they want and the team to get what they want. It just sucks that it ends like this. Let's see who else got here. Look, I'm reading the comments, folks. I'm trying to see what we have here. Vikes ain't going nowhere, says Sean the Savage. Vikings have been a little bit up and down. Okay. Smart Alec, David Royce. Norb, how the LOB doing? Very, very funny. All right. I'm going to take us back to the call lines here. Whew. All right. What do we got? Let's go to... You guys are lighting it up today. Holy cow. Let's take it to the 509. Let's see who this is. What's up? You're on with NorbCam. Who's this and where are you calling from? Actually, I know you're calling from Eastern Washington, but who is this?
Hello?
Yes, you're on with NorbCam. Who's this?
This is DJ Meyer.
All right. And you're calling from what area?
Waitsburg, Washington.
Wakesford, Washington. All right. What's on your mind?
It's south of Washington. Like, it's in the south. It's over by Walla Walla.
Gotcha. What's on your mind?
All right. So, I know there's a ton of Seahawks fans that will probably think, oh, we're not going to beat the Rams, this and that. Powerful defense and powerful offense and stuff like that. But I just recently saw that we re-signed Maurice Alexander, who was a former Ram himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think hopefully we get a little insight on their strategy and what they do, so we could find a way to stop it. I don't know what knowledge he has to provide us, but I'm giving out hope that we can get something done.
I like your thinking. He's like the spy. He's the spy on the inside. I can bring him out. Okay, tell us the secret formula for defeating the Rams. Let's see. The formula is they got 2 badass tackles, a really good offense with tons of receiving weapons, a really good running back, and pretty good secondary. That's the secret. So how are you going to beat that? Not much of a secret there, folks. But anyway, I'm not going to be a wet blanket here. Who knows? Maybe he can help contribute. Obviously we need big time help back there. So here he comes, the cavalry to the rescue.
And And from what I've seen these last few weeks, I think the weakest point on their defense is the secondary, considering Marcus Peters is
Banged
sort
up.
of, I think it was, yeah, banged up. Keith Talib isn't he on IR?
I think he's out for a while, yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
and then, so, I mean, if we stay away from Peters' side, I think we have a chance to get somewhere with our offense. And if we run, maybe stay at the inside of the D-line, we can get away from Donald and Sue.
Yeah.
At least run the ball around them, not through them.
Yes. Yep.
Sorry.
I think you're right, and we got to keep Ndamukong Suh from stepping on Russell Wilson's ankle. Let's try to make sure that doesn't happen either. So.
Well,
all right.
that was good. And my other thing is, running the ball will also. I don't know. We haven't seen it. I haven't seen it a lot. Mix in some read option here and there. With
That's what I've been
Wilson.
saying.
I know he has
That's what I've been saying. He ran it once, I think, last game, and got like 12 yards on it, and that was cool to see. They've been very sparing. So, yeah, I agree. I think we need a little more read pass options, some RPO in there just to keep the defense kind of guessing. So that's a good point. I agree completely with that one. I think we need to open it up a little bit, let Russell kind of just have some backyard ball fun back there. But keep him alive, too.
Yep. Honestly, his tricks of when he runs back 10 yards and tries to do his little spin around thing, I kind of got the feeling that most teams have figured that out. They're stopping it, and Von Miller did, and I think the Bears did. I don't know. But I figured out his plan, his way of doing things.
Well, there's no secret to stopping Wilson is you keep him in the pocket and don't let him get outside. Because once he does that, he's all out in the open and he can have a better view of all the receivers out there. But you keep him in the pocket and he's stuck in there, and that's that's how you stop him. So they got to figure out how to get him out there. What's that?
Once Russell Wilson's running around, it's like Coyote trying to catch the
road runner. Yeah, exactly. I agree. But those are good points. We'll see if they can do that, and and then at the flip side, the defense is going to find a way to stop that offense too, and that's going to be maybe in the bigger challenge.
Okay, and then
I
just wanted to throw this in there. It's funny that the guy, I think the last guy they called from Maine, who said he found out who noticed you through your music video. I also started watching your channel from when I saw the weight parody too.
Really? Wow, that weight parody video is one of the best videos I've ever done here. I got 2 viewers just from that. Well, I appreciate you letting me know. That's a good insight. I'm going to write that down. Okay. Weight parody was good. Okay. All right. Cool, man. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you'll continue to watch my videos as they continue to come out. So,
I love the prediction videos too.
Thank you. So far, I'm even on the record so far. So I'm pretty much where I expected. Except, I thought we'd lose to the Cardinals, beat the Chicago Bears. We did the opposite. But hey, I'm still 2-2. Well, I hope I'm wrong about Sunday.
Either way.
I hope I'm wrong. But
I know.
Anyway, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it, and we'll talk again. Take care, man.
All right, go Hawks.
Go Hawks. All right. Let's keep this going. Let's go to the what do we got here? Another 509. Let's see who this is. What's up? This is NorbCam. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Quinn.
Hello.
My name's Quinn, and I live in Washington, as you know. But yeah, I'm sad that Earl Thomas got hurt again.
Yep, that was a very sad situation. Are you more upset at Earl Thomas, or are you upset at the Seahawks, or are you upset at anybody, or are you just upset? Period?
I'm not upset with them. I just don't like that he got hurt again. I see how he got hurt right before. It looked to me that he got hurt right before he got to the player.
Yeah, it was weird. The first time he broke that leg, it looked like he really hit his leg, crashed into Cam Chancellor. That was very obvious one. This time he kind of hit his leg on the guy's butt, and it looked kind of even soft and squishy. And yet, I don't know how he broke his leg anyway. So I don't know how you break your leg on somebody's butt, but apparently. Will Dissly out for the season. Yep, torn patellar tendon, the same exact injury that happened to Jimmy Graham a couple years ago.
Yep.
So yeah, not a good day.
I think our offensive line, if we want to win the Rams game, I think our offensive line needs to protect Russell Wilson better.
Oh, that's for sure. And
that's a
tough thing going against this offense or this defensive line of the Rams. So
they're two one of the best. They got the two good defensive line players on their team.
Yep. That's going to be tough. They got to get rid of the ball quick. But that means it's going to be tough to be throwing for some deep routes.
Out of the pocket. Russell needs to get out of the pocket.
I agree. I was talking to my buddy Pat about that just a little bit before this show, and we were talking about how do we get Russell more time to throw the ball deep. And he's got to do it with
I think Tyler Lockett's more. I think he's more of a better returner than a receiver.
That's a good question. Why he's not been returning? I think they're just trying to get. I guess they're trying to get Rashad Penny some opportunities since he was a pretty good return guy. Also, maybe they want to keep Lockett healthy since we got so few receivers. They don't want him to get possibly banged up. So maybe they figure we got so many running backs. Let's just throw Penny into the mix.
So is Doug Baldwin still out?
He's no, he played last week. He should be active again this week. So
yeah, that's what I thought, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
That was that last play of the drive with the 4 seconds on the clock.
It was, if you kind of just forget about the Earl Thomas thing, it was a great finish. It was great to see Sebastian Janikowski get the game winner after missing the 2. Nothing better than to watch a guy go from.
He had 1 made and 2 missed, and then he made 1.
Yeah. No, that was good.
I was frightened because I didn't want him to miss another one.
Oh yeah. I can only imagine how crappy the 12s would feel right now if we had actually lost that game. To add insult to injury would have just been
I
really
thought it
bad.
was going into overtime.
I thought we were going to lose. I thought if the Cardinals had actually made that field goal, and then we had to try to come back, felt like just like the first 2 games. We were both in situations where we needed to come back and go the length of the field to try to tie or take the lead, and luckily we were able to pull it off that time because he missed the field goal. So that worked out great finally. So. We'll see what happens on Sunday, but good points, very good points there, young man. And I hope we can do the same thing. We got to, like you said, protect Russell and get him out of the pocket and get some throws downfield.
All right. Guess how I started watching your videos.
What's that?
So me and my cousins, we always watched back when you did the 49ers fan and
the Rivals
all
videos.
that stuff.
Yeah.
We've been watching a while. So we started watching, and I've watched ever since. We just watch videos and ever since.
Well, I appreciate that.
The first time I got on, I've been trying to get on with you, and I finally got it. So.
All right. Well, I'm glad to talk to you, young man, and I appreciate you watching my videos and all that, and hopefully you'll keep watching them. So I got a few more coming out this year that should make for some interesting fun with some rival stuff. So, yeah, keep on watching.
I hope the Rams lose. I hope the Rams lose.
Oh, it would be an amazing story come Monday if we could somehow find a way to beat the Rams and bring them to 4-1, and then we'd be 3-2, and all of a sudden, put a little pressure on them here in the NFC West. All right, I'm going to take some other calls, but thank you so much for calling, and go Hawks, man.
Go Hawks.
All right, that was cool. Keep on going in here. Let's see. I'm going to talk to man. You guys are busy tonight. Fast fingers. I want to talk to Brendan over in Massachusetts. It's been a while. Yo, is this Brendan? What's going on?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, Brendan? What's on your mind?
All right, so remember a long time ago when Russell Wilson actually used to run? Like, every time when he got out of the pocket, he was a threat to run. Now it's just not really. He can run still, but he just can't do what he used to.
Well, I don't think that he can't do what he used to. My mom had made the comment watching the last couple games that she thinks Russell's getting fat and maybe he's getting a little thick in the middle, but I think he can run just fine. Now, I think I do still think the teams. I've noticed that when I was saying, Russell needs to keep it on the read option, that there are still guys. They still have guys spying him out there, trying to make sure that in case he does keep it, the guys got out there. The one time he did run it, everybody crashed hard at the middle, and he ran outside because they totally had no containment. So you can't just say keep it for no reason. You got to, obviously, it's got to be there. Otherwise, you're putting Russell in danger and possibly losing yards. But I do want to see more read pass options, because I think that was his strength coming in, and I think that's the one way we can shake this defense of the Rams up.
Mm-hmm. And to win this game, you just can't go 3 and out every single possession. You gotta get first downs here and there. You can't we just can't go 3 and out.
Oh yeah, no, big time. We've got to be. We cannot do this 0-10 on third down. What the heck is that all about? That's it's hard to win a game. I can't believe they actually won a game going 0-10 on third down. That's just pathetic. Yeah. But hey, we won. We found a way.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
So
Cardinals suck though.
Yeah, Cardinals are pretty weak. I mean, they hadn't won a game, so I mean, obviously. 0-3, 0-4 Rams is a different story.
Rams are a different story.
Big time. But, hey, you never know.
Yeah, on defense, you just got to shut down the receivers. Jared Goff is a superstar in the making.
He's pretty darn good. I hate to say it, because I really wanted him to suck. But he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Yeah. All right, thanks, man. We'll see what happens. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. All right, go Hawks.
All right, go Hawks.
All right, I gotta look at the chat here. People are just blowing it up, saying, "Norb, read the comments." Elena, how come only the kids are getting through? I know. I think the average age of the caller is like 10. Where's all the adults tonight? Is it like it must be NorbCam Kids Night tonight, which is cool because I like the. I believe the children are our future, and they have some good ideas out there. Outside the pocket, protect Russell, repass options. These are all good things. I was going to say all this stuff, so they have good ideas. Don't overlook the kids. Alex Rio says Patrick Mahomes plays like the old Russell Wilson. I agree. He's fun to watch. That dude is running, throwing big time out of the pocket and making plays happen. So yeah, he does remind me of 2012 Russell Wilson. And maybe Russell can capture some of that old magic that we had. He's got some playmakers too, though. Travis Kelce and some of those other dudes. The Kansas City's pretty good. And we got to play them at home, but we got to play them. Okay, let's keep running here. Let's go local here. Let's go to the 206. What's up? Who's this and where you calling from?
Hey, it's Justin from Renton.
Hey, sounds like a guy who's over 10 years old talking. What's going on, man?
What's up, Norb?
What's up, man?
Big fan. So, man, how about we get a fullback, huh? I mean, I'm not entirely impressed with what's his face, Madden.
Trey Madden.
I feel like we need a fullback.
Well, how many times do we run out of the I formation? I mean, I think I can count on one hand the number of times we've actually run out of the I formation. And I don't know. It seems like we've been able to get some productivity out of that. It's just we don't do it very often. So I don't know if I can fault the fullback as the weak point in our game. He just isn't out there very often. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you're right. But fullback is also the guy that blocks a middle linebacker. He's also another set of eyes for the running back, right?
That's true.
We want to improve the running game, so let's get a fullback. I mean, Madden, his name Madden. I guess he's all right, but
yeah,
I don't know, I'm not totally impressed. Where Mike Robb or Rotu Puafu.
Oh, Tukwuafu,
we need
man.
A fullback.
Yeah. Mike Robb, he was a great fullback, and Tukwuafu was a big dude. And then we had that one guy, the what was his name? Who was from the Giants? We had him for a couple seasons, and then I really was hoping we were going to re-sign him like last year, but can't remember his name right now. But he was pretty good too. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
But
anyway. I just remember Madden for the past couple of years. I mean, we want to focus on the running game. I mean, we should really get a fullback. Maybe stick Sweezy back there, right? Put Posick back left guard and Sweezy back.
Well, put our left guard at fullback. Well, I've seen crazier things. You know, sometimes they'll put some big dude lineman in the backfield on a third and goal at the one kind of play. You know, I guess some crazy stuff can go like that. But man, I think we've got more. We've got other bigger things we got to do on a regular basis. Who do you think starts at running back for us?
We
got two guys who went 100 yards.
They say both of them got 100 yards, right? Who's got the hot hand? Who knows? You know, it's going to be a more physical defense, right? Especially with that front line. I mean, I think you have to get a Stick Carson there. He's healthy, he's back. I think he's got more, you know, he's got more talent than what's his face?
Mike Davis?
Yeah. You're talking about a guy that squats, 600 pounds? You're going to need that guy against McDonald Sue.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I think you need...
Yeah, I'm with you. So you're basically saying you think Chris Carson should be the one to start, right?
Yeah, he needs to start. I think he needs to start.
Yeah, I agree.
You've been kind of blowing him off the past first two games. You need to give him some, you know. Give him his time to perform. Especially as Alana here, like, he'd be up with the challenge.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that guy's good yards after contact. You know, he's the closest thing to a beast mode type runner that we've got. Mike Davis did pretty good too. You know, I was impressed with him as well. And even Penny had some moments where he like flashed his speed and got out there on the edge pretty quick when I didn't think he'd make the edge. So I think all those three guys.
Yeah, he's got that acceleration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Say again.
Yeah, no, all three of them look pretty good. They all have their own unique styles. So, you know, I think Carson should start and get a little dose of Mike Davis in there. But, if we can get a little bit of a running game, you know, we might just have a chance in this thing. But if we can't run the ball at all, it's going to be a very, very long day for sure. So, that's interesting, Justin, the fullback idea. I had one person call, I think the Seahawks are going to win, you know, because we did draft that punter. I was like, you went? Okay. And now here we go saying we got to win, and I think we need to address the fullback position. And interesting concepts going on, but hey, you never know where the next great secret to defeating the Rams might come from. At this point, no one's done it yet, so everyone's is looking for that secret formula for taking down the Rams. Who do you got in the background in there? You got a little singer in the background.
Oh, that's my son. He's playing his train. Sorry, but he is loud.
It's okay. No louder than me when I'm playing with my trains.
Yeah.
How old is he? Like 2 or 3?
Oh, he's 4.
4. Okay, very cool. All right.
Yeah, and when he was born, we used to watch your Super Bowl video.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how I found you. I was trying to look for I was on YouTube looking for Super Bowl 48. Someone prior to that.
Oh, yeah, the good one.
Very,
yeah. Oh, thank you.
That goes in the Seahawks archives.
Okay, awesome, man. All right, well, I appreciate you sticking with me all these years, and hopefully more good things to come. Hopefully we'll get back there someday not too far from now. But all right, man. Well, thanks for the insight. We'll see what they do about that fullback position. Let's keep an eye on that one. All right, man.
All right.
Take it easy and go Hawks.
Yeah, go Hawks.
All righty. That's funny. Fullback, man. I wouldn't have thought we'd be talking about the fullback, but you know, it is an important position at times. All right. Let's go to 317. Who's this and where are you calling from?
I am Connor, and I'm calling from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Connor from Indianapolis. All right. Are you a Seahawks fan?
Oh, yeah, indeed.
All right. And what's on your mind, Connor?
Will Dissly is on my mind.
Uh-oh.
The injury, I think that's a big twist in the season because he was our star, especially when Baldwin wasn't there. And he did everything for us to make us as successful as we were. I mean, I know we lost the first 2 games, but it doesn't matter. He carried us, basically.
Yeah, he did a great job. He was really good, and he, was doing a great job blocking as well. But he's gone gone for the season, so we're going to have to find a way to work around him. And, really, we lost, we're right now currently out our 2 tight ends. All we got right now is Nick Vanette. I think they picked up a guy this week to fill in the tight end void. I don't remember who it is, some guy. I have to look that up. But, yeah, so we only got 2. We're supposed to have 3. We got 1, and now a new guy off the street. So, yeah, that's rough, man, because Will Dissly was doing a hell of a job. He reminded me of Zach Miller a little bit, a little smaller version of Zach Miller back in the day. Not real fast, but he had good hands, and he could block like crazy. And, it's really too bad that we lost him. And it was weird because both those injuries, both to Thomas and to Will Dissly, they didn't look like plays that if you were just to watch the plays, you wouldn't watch them and go, oh, my gosh, that looks like it's really going to hurt, Earl Thomas just kind of flew over the guy. Will Dissly just kind of gently looked like a gentle tackle on the sideline, and next thing you know, they're not getting up. It's weird, man.
I was very surprised with the Earl Thomas one.
Yeah, because he didn't really look like
just couldn't.
Yeah, didn't look like there was any bad impact. It wasn't one of those, any one of those weird, just leg bent in some weird position. He just sort of flew over, and then next you know, he's not getting up. It was just shocking to everybody. But anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Will Dissly was on your mind, yes.
Close,
but what's it going to take? Thoughts on how we beat the Rams this weekend?
The offensive line has to play better all around.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Because, Wilson's making plays. He's doing his best back there. Yeah, he's gotten a bit bigger. But he's doing everything he can. Our defense also has to step up. If they don't start making some plays, then there's no way that we can win much more games than what we've already won, because without a defense, you can't. If every game a team's outscoring you, there's no way you're going to win.
Yeah, that's true. I've been saying since the beginning, I knew that the defense was going to be, in a learning curve, and the offense is going to have to carry the team. The offense is still trying to find their way. Russell's still trying to develop chemistry with these new receivers, or old receivers, but new guys on our team, and young guys coming up, and it takes time, and I'd like to see him and Brandon Marshall get a little bit more connected. He's been trying, but Marshall's not been helping him out with a few bad drops at crucial times in the games that could have changed, or at least made it not as close. In that Dallas game, he had a couple of really drive-killing drops, and did again against Arizona, but he's just got to keep feeding them. And if Brandon Marshall can just kind of be that clutch guy, can get some back shoulder fades 10 or 15 yards down the field, keep drives alive, and keep that potent LA offense off the field, we might be able to turn the tables on these guys.
As long as they can keep Goff and Gurley and all the receivers off the field, then we can do our thing out there on offense. I think with the running game, though, I think Davis should start, because he did really well against the Cardinals. Granted, it's the Cardinals, but from the tiny glimpses I've seen from Carson, I don't think he's good enough to do better than what Davis did.
Really? Did you not watch that game where Chris Carson ran the ball for 32 times and got over 100 yards? Granted, yards per carry wise, he probably didn't have as much, but man, every time he touched the ball, the guy was just lighting it up. I don't know. I like, to my eye test, Chris Carson to me is the guy I want to see out there on the field. Nothing to take away from Mike Davis. I think it's great that we got another guy who can do it, but I thought it was pretty spectacular myself. But hey, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I think if you can't go wrong if you get one of those two guys and just kind of mix it up. So, well, I guess we'll see what they do. But it's kind of nice to have two guys who went over 100 yards already, because that has not happened in a long time. So,
they're both capable.
Yeah, very capable. So let's see if we can keep that going. But, All right. Well, thanks for the call. Appreciate it, man.
Yep.
All right. Go Hawks. All righty. I see the chat. We got Sports Brothers, who's determined to trash talk this whole broadcast. Go Bears beat the Hawks 24-17, blah, blah, blah. I said they would lose 31-21. Hey, Seahawks would have won that game if they had just listened to me. Okay, if they just run game plan from game 3 on instead of whatever game plan they were trying to do in games 1 and 2, we would have won both those games. All right, we abandoned the run game for no apparent reason in the first 2 games. And, if we had done that, we would have had close to 100 yards rushing for a ball carrier in those first 2 games. Sports Brothers, I'm convinced we would have beat your Bears like I'd predicted had they just followed the formula. I don't know what happened, but brain fart or whatever. But hey, man, you guys won, so credit to the Bears. And Khalil Mack is a beast, by the way. And yes, Trubisky had a good game, lit it up last time. So good for you guys. You guys have been down for a while, so enjoy the ride while you can. All right, let's go. All right, I'm going to talk to a resident 49er fan here. In the chat, known as RO, I know him as Rohan from the 49ers down in California. What's up, man?
Hey, this is Robert. I am a Seahawks fan. Screw those Niners.
Well, I know your season's pretty much going down the toilet, losing Jimmy Garoppolo to that unnecessary knee injury. But tell me, how's it going over there in 49er Nation?
Robert, what are you doing over here? Let me get back to my phone. Okay, hey, Norb.
Uh-huh. What's up, man?
Oh, man. Well, Garoppolo's out, and somehow you guys decided that winning games was actually worth doing.
Yeah.
Actually, not. You guys, who wouldn't have beaten the Cardinals? That's for sure. And the Cowboys, I'll give you that one. Now you guys got a real team to face for the first time since week 2.
Yeah.
Trying to think which is here. Yeah. Your O-line's been doing better. So I ask you, since usually you're the one asking me questions, I'm an Niners fan. So who's starting for you? Are you guys going to start that draft pick of yours, or are you guys going to start the former 49ers running back who couldn't get the starting gig even when Carlos Hyde was injured? That would be Mike Davis.
For me, I would put Chris Carson in. I just got telling the last caller that Chris Carson, to me, is the guy. He should have been the guy, is the guy. Mike Davis played great last week, but I think Chris Carson should be the one until he proves us that he can't run the ball. But yeah, no, Chris Carson to me is the one who deserves to win. I think he just didn't play last week because I think I don't know, banged up or something. But I hope he starts this game and then put a little dose of Mike Davis. But Mike Davis isn't any slouch either. Carlos Hyde is good. Carlos Hyde is doing pretty good too. But I
he's doing well with the Browns.
Yep,
he's doing well with the Browns. Like the Carlos Hyde jersey is probably the only 49ers jersey I have left that actually fits me. So yeah, I mean, I checked in on the Browns to see how they're doing. My goodness, they should probably be 4-0 right now.
They should be 4-0 right now. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes these teams that haven't been winning for a while, they don't know how to win. They don't know how to close out a game, and bad luck just seems to continue to follow them. But they're definitely improving. That quarterback, number 1, is pretty good, Baker Mayfield. So yeah, I think that they're gonna not necessarily. They won't be the worst team in the NFL this year. Bold prediction.
And also, I feel like we could be much better than 1-3 if our defense, outside of a certain trio of players, didn't imitate a turnstile.
Yeah. Which trio are you talking about? Are you talking about your D-line?
Nah. One of them is D-line. One is DeForest Buckner. The other two are two inside linebackers, Foster and our rookie this year, Warner.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yep. Well, and Sherman went down with a calf injury, I understand.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for, I want to say, probably 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Like this week, this week, oh my goodness, we better win. If we lose this week, I'm throwing this season down to the drain.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't thrown it down the drain yet. You haven't mentioned.
Especially not after the performance our QB turned in LA.
Yeah.
DJ Beathard was dang good. He was real good against the Chargers. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
And then this week we get to play the same team that you guys just beat. Although it felt like a loss for you guys, we get to play the NFL Retirement Center in the Arizona Cardinals. Tragically wasting the careers of Larry Fitzgerald, David Johnson, and Patrick Peterson.
Yep. Larry Fitzgerald deserves way better. That dude is awesome. He's defying the laws of physics and age somehow, and yet he's wasting
and even
away
though I'm an
on
Irish
this
fan,
team.
I'll say another guy deserves better. The guy who just got injured for you guys, Earl Thomas. Like, even the fans deserve a much better going out party for him. He's probably not coming back to you guys come next season, so
no.
I guess it's going to be pretty terrible. Think about the last thing that you guys remember Earl Thomas doing as a Seattle Seahawk was flipping you off on his way to the locker room.
Yeah, lots of fun. Yeah, that's a really pretty poster to put up on your wall. It sucks. It's what can you say? It's like there's a train wreck slowly crashing in front of you in slow motion, and finally the final explosion. What was that? But I'm going to change the subject because I want to talk about that. How did Sherman do? What was your take on Sherman joining the 49ers and until he got injured? How did you feel about the move? Were you happy that he was there? Do you think he did a good job? What was your thoughts?
I was happy.
Yeah, he did all right.
I was happy. I mean, yeah, like my friend and I, we do our live streams together. Like, we were talking about it, at the time that Sherman was getting signed. We were saying, hey, Earl Thomas, not Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman is in the Bay Area today meeting with John Lynch to try and get a deal done. Is it going to happen or not? And then about, sometime in the evening, it did get done, and we were pretty happy. I mean, he was making jokes about the Seahawks, obviously, because why not?
Oh, yeah, that's what he does best, is trash talking and all that. But so basically, all the pomp and circumstance aside, you felt like it was a good signing. He didn't disappoint you.
And also, a couple weeks ago, I was listening to, this interview given to a former 49ers star during the height of the Seahawks-Niners rivalry from a few years back, our inside linebacker, Patrick Willis. I heard his take on Richard Sherman signing. He seemed pretty happy about it, too, even though Richard Sherman was his counterpart on the Seahawks for, how many years was it, 3 or 4?
3 or 4, yep. Well, I think in the end, those guys are, to a certain level, it's all a NFL brotherhood. And for a while, you're on opposite teams and you're each other's enemies. But then, you change jerseys and, you're doing the same thing for different teams. So it really isn't a true,
so
not like these guys hate each other.
You guys are dealing with the whole next man up thing, right? So Richard Sherman's replacement, Dreadlocks 2.0, Shaquille Griffin. How would you say he's done so far? I heard he had a 2-interception game against someone this year.
Yep. Yes, we did. I think I want to say it was against the Bears, if mine serves correctly. But he's been doing great. He did his rookie year last year. He was solid. It was very obvious he was going to be our corner on the left side, and he's not perfect.
The only memory I have of NFL Griffin twin number 1 from last year was his play against the Redskins, where he didn't turn his head around, and the Redskins receiver caught the ball at your 1-yard line.
And I've seen him do that this year as well. I've seen several of our Seahawks defenders not turning their head around. It drives me crazy. I'm yelling, turn around, and they don't. So they just gotta get their head on a swivel and do that. But that's it's part of the learning curve. But no, he's pretty solid. I like the guy. He's not perfect, but he's coming around. So yeah. He's holding his own. We'll see about the rest of the positions there, though. Obviously, a lot of holes to fill.
Your offensive line, though. Oh man.
They're more geared to the run, and they've been doing a good job of getting better at the run. But pass protection still leaves something to be desired.
I was like after the first 2 weeks, I was being prepared to write jokes for my next YouTube video. I was about to say and here we have the Seahawks offensive line, which is leakier than the Trump administration. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do that since you guys actually started to run the ball effectively for the first time since Mr. Beast Mode was your running back.
2 100-yard backs, back-to-back weeks. Hasn't happened in a long time.
Yeah.
So, yep. All right, we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of teams we got when we face each other. We don't face each other until like November. Seahawks, 49ers.
You guys,
way too long.
You guys get the Rams this week. I have tickets to go to a Niners game in a couple weeks from now. There's only one teensy tiny problem with that, is that the team we're facing is the Rams.
Nobody wants to face the Rams right now. They're going to lose to somebody because they're not going to go undefeated. But
yeah, I
want to know who's going to win.
Again, than have to deal with the Rams, because I know the Chiefs are going to fall. The Chiefs are going to get into the pit of misery in a couple weeks. It's just what they do. I mean,
they'll make the playoffs and then they'll lose in the first round, and then that's
classic Andy Reid. Start out undefeated, have you're number one in all the power rankings, and then they start losing games, and they start losing 3 games in a row or something, and the NFL's hey, what happened? And then all of a sudden the Chiefs decide to turn it around at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And then they get one, and then they're one and done.
But that quarterback is something else, though. He does elevate the game, just like Baker Mayfield.
It's literally a cheat code to have Mr. Human Cannon over there and Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball to, what's his name, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes literally burned us during the entire first half of our game against Kansas City. The only time it didn't burn us was one play by Richard Sherman. It was a great play. He saved a touchdown. He deflected the ball away from Tyreek Hill. And then immediately after that, he got hurt.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens, man. But, that's it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But, hey, man, I got to get to some other callers here. But I appreciate all your insight. It's fun to always get this insight on the 49ers stuff.
And now I got to go back. Yeah, now I got to go to the TV, see how the Oakland A's are doing.
Oh, that's right. They start their the playoffs here. But, one guy wants to say something.
49ers rule! Who cares if we don't have Jimmy Garoppolo? We can still go to the Super Bowl! Yeah! Yeah, go Niners!
Yeah, last time you were talking, you were pretty high up on Jimmy Garoppolo, if I remember.
Yep. Hey, I know a lot of people are high on Jimmy Garoppolo, so, I heard a lot of moans and groans. I could feel it in the force when he went down with that knee injury.
Yeah.
Unfortunate part is he didn't have to happen. He could have just stepped out of bounds. But oh well.
And the Cardinals got the bad deal with their humanized glass, getting paid $20 million, getting a $20 million deal, and then getting out.
That's all he does, man. Sam Bradford's the most expensive glass you can find.
We had we paid Garoppolo $27.5 million a year. He doesn't even make it through 3 games, and he's out for the year already.
That doesn't surprise me one bit. That is his MO. But people keep signing him. I don't get it. I don't think it's that. I don't know what makes people decide to sign that dude, because I'm just that's a waste of money right there. That's a bench warmer, IR ready to happen. But whatever, not my money. Anyway, gotta go. Got other calls to get to.
Yeah.
Good luck, but not really. We'll talk to you later.
I would say go Hawks, but I'm never doing that.
Fine. I don't want it. I don't want your patronage. All right, we'll talk to you later. Go Hawks. Sure. All right. That dude's funny. Let's see. Man, you guys are still hanging in there. All right, I got to get this one. 319. Yo, who's this and where you calling from? Tell me you're older than 10 years old.
Yes, I'm 20 years old.
Okay. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Name's Joseph. I'm calling from Iowa City, Iowa.
Iowa. Man, people, you guys are calling from all over places I would never expect. So are you a Seahawks fan in Iowa?
Actually, yes.
Okay, cool.
Also go to the University of Iowa. A different set of Hawks.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, tell me first, I got to know, how is it that a guy in Iowa stumbled across my channel here to talk about Seahawks?
Honestly, I think it was one of your reaction videos to one of the games. I forget which game it was, but
recent or from before? Was it a recent one or from before?
I was a kid, so.
Was it a while ago, or is it like a recent video?
It was like a few years ago, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's cool. It's always interesting to hear that. So you're going to school. You're in college out there. What are you studying out there?
Poli-sci.
Poli-sci. I was a poli-sci major. I was a double major in communications and political science.
Nice.
So that's cool. So let's talk some Hawks. What's on your mind?
Well, hey, we've got inputs on the punter and the fullback. I think maybe they might as well do the kicker. Say what you will about Seabass and his couple missed field goals last time, but he's a hell of a lot better than Blair Walsh.
Yeah. Some people might argue that they don't agree because he has had a few misses, one costly one against the Broncos that could have potentially swung that game the other direction because we lost by a field goal and he missed a field goal. But defend Seabass, because I'm with you. I'm in your corner. I still believe in Sebastian Janikowski, but tell me why you think he's better than Blair Walsh, or why you believe we should stay with this guy.
Well, first off, why they decided to sign Blair Walsh after he absolutely blew it for the Vikings is beyond me. But Seabass has all the experience. He has, like 10, 12 years or something with the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some pretty good experience. He's made a bunch of long distance field goals. I think probably even twice as much as Blair Walsh has. Don't quote me on that, though.
Yeah, he's actually was with the Raiders for 17 years because he got drafted by them in 2000. So it's even been longer than that. First round draft pick in 2000 for the Raiders. And I believe he had his longest was a 63-yarder, if I'm not mistaken. I believe kicked in Denver. It's always in Denver when they kick 60-yarders because the air is so thin out there. But of course, he couldn't make one from less than that when he was out there in Denver. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, I know, I agree. I'm with you. I do believe that Seabass will be okay going forward. But I'm a little more nervous than I was the first time. I thought he was going to be completely solid. He's missed a couple, but he big relief that he got the game winner last time. He was lucky. He was lucky that he got the opportunity to kick a game winner for sure.
Yeah. I've always thought that being the kicker on the team has to be the most stressful part of the job. I mean, like, on one hand, you win the game, and you're like, oh, hey, you're the winner. Yeah, good job, buddy. But if you happen to lose the game, you're practically shunned from the entire fandom and the team.
Well, think about it, man. I mean, the kicker doesn't do anything else the rest of the team does. He basically is like, in practice, he doesn't even practice with the team. He just is on the side, just kicking, while everybody else is doing tackling this and running formations and all that stuff. Maybe they'll practice some kickoff things or some onsides or whatever, but really he's never really part of the team in terms of the regular stuff that everybody else is doing. So he's not part of the offense. He's not part of the defense. He only has that one job. He's had one job. So, yeah, I would. It'd be rough being the kicker, man. You're either the greatest guy in the world or you're the crappiest guy in the world. It's one or the other.
I always like when. I like sometimes when the kickers do a bunch of playing with the defense. Like I think it was bang 48 when Hauschka, I think, almost recovered that bump. Well, recovered the fumble up until that whole play reverse thing that happened.
Sorry, you're talking about Hauschka?
It was like back in Super Bowl 48 when he recovered the fumble that turned out to be reversed.
In the Super Bowl? In Super Bowl 48?
Yeah.
I forget this. I don't remember that. don't remember that play. There was a fumble, and Hauschka recovered it, but it was reversed. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't recall that one.
Might just remember it as unlucky event number 15 for the Broncos.
Yeah, no, they had plenty of bad luck that day. That was great.
Yeah.
But, yeah, interesting. So we talked about fullbacks, we talked about punters, and now we're talking about kickers. But hey, the kicker is actually very important in many ways. But yeah, no, I'm glad to hear there's another Sebastian Janikowski fan out there. I'm with you on that. He's gonna win more games than he'll lose for us this year. I feel that will be the case. Unlike last year, where we basically didn't make the playoffs because of the kicker. So, yeah, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Matt. Appreciate it. All the way from Iowa. And good luck with your poli-sci courses over there. And, yeah, help make this world a better place someday.
Right.
When you get out in the world and do
Try our
thing.
corn. It's amazing.
What's that?
Try our corn. It's amazing.
All right. Words to live by right there. All right, Matt. Take it easy.
All right.
Go Hawks.
Amazing. Go Hawks. Go Hawks.
All right. Man, people from all over the country. All right. Continue on. What time is it? 7:20. My goodness. I can go for about another 15 minutes, and I got to wrap this up. Let's see. What's more exciting than talking about kickers, says Bruce Kopner. Electric Spider. Seahawks is a bad word. Oh, it's coming from a Cardinals dude. Why is there a Cardinals fan in here? Elijah from North Carolina. I'm a big Seahawks fan, and I love this channel, #1. Yeah, baby. Appreciate. Much love. All right, let's go to, here's one that's been hanging for a long time. I think I actually got a message on my phone as well. Let's see. From the 847, hanging on for a long time. 847, what's happening? Who's this and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes. Who's this?
Hi. I want to talk about, CJ Pro Size?
Oh, our own Mr. version of Mr. Glass. Yes, CJ Pro Size. Wait, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, Syrie in Illinois.
From Illinois, okay. All right, you want to talk about CJ Pro Size. What's to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I don't think he was given, a fair enough chance because, he played, 2 good games, one against the Patriots in 2017 and then the Eagles, and then he, got hurt, and then he was, never heard of again.
Well, the problem, it's not that he hasn't given him a chance. The problem is he's not let himself be given the chance because he's always hurt. The guy is always hurt. He even got hurt earlier this year when he didn't even play hardly. Then he was listed as unavailable because he got some kind of weird injury. I love the dude. I was like this. I was like you. I was like, come on, let's get Pro Size in there. And then he gets hurt, and we never get to see him. When he was out there, he was great. He's played a few plays this year, but only a handful and hasn't done much. But it's what can you say, man? I mean, they always say the most important ability is availability, and he just hasn't been available. So it's been a disappointment, CJ. I thought he would amount to something in the last couple of years, and he just hasn't been able to stay on the field. And there's some guys like that who are great, but they're always getting hurt. Sam Bradford, we were just talking about that. Sam Bradford, maybe he's a good quarterback. I don't know. I've never really seen it, but he's always injured. So that doesn't do you any good if you can't stay on the field. So, yep, I'm with you. Great player. Can't stay healthy. One of those curses. So, yep. And we'll see. He'll be one of those guys who can't get it done here, and then he'll go to some other team and tear it up, kind of like Alex Collins. Couldn't do anything here. They let him go, and now he's doing pretty good with the Baltimore Ravens. Go figure. But, yeah. Yeah. Anything else on your mind? Seahawks Rams this Sunday. Thoughts on that?
I mean, except for protection and stuff, and the linebackers are pretty solid. The safeties are pretty good, even though Earl's gone, and the corners decent. Shaquille Griffin. Maybe more pass rushing on Jared Goff this week, but not too much.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the linebacker situation. KJ Wright is still out. The only linebacker we got right now is Bobby Wagner. We had Michael Kendricks, but then he got taken away because of his criminal charges. The NFL came down on him, so he's gone. So it'll probably be
Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner. Yeah, Bobby Wagner, and then probably Kalitro is going to be in there. But yeah, even linebackers a little thin, so there's not not a lot of. Our depth is definitely being tested, so it's tough. It's tough to be a full go team to take on the Rams. It's even worse when you got guys missing in crucial spots. But hey,
I mean, the Seahawks have beat the Rams many a times, but the Rams have beat the Seahawks too, even when they weren't as good as they were before. So it should be a good game.
Yeah, I hope it's a good game. I hope it's a good game for more than 5 minutes because it could get ugly real fast.
Last time they played at Seattle, they got 42-7 or whatever.
Yeah, it was bad. I was there. I remember it got out of hand way quick. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see. You never know. I'm not optimistic about our chances, to be frank. But you know, I'm going to be hopeful. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope we can pull some miracles and some tricks out of our bag. All right. Well, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Go Hawks.
All right, good talking to you.
You
Go
too.
Hawks.
Go Hawks. Man, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a bloodbath this Sunday. I mean, not trying to be a downer or anything like that, but these guys have so many weapons offensively. Jared Goff is playing out of his mind. They got receivers. They've got Gurley. Offensive line isn't anything fantastic, but it's solid. And defense, oh, man, I just think that defensive line, we're going to have to Schottenheimer just better have a game plan to know. Unlike the first two games, we play some of the NFL's best pass rushers, and they abandon the run and go to passing. I mean, what sense does that make? So you know what you're going against. There's no surprise there. So I hope they've come up with some, decent things to, counter what they know is coming. They shouldn't bring it up in the first two. So we'll see what they do. All right, continuing on with the new calls from out of the area code. Let's go to 504. Who's this? You're on with NorbCam. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Gio from New Orleans.
Say that one more time. What's your name?
Gio.
Jim?
Gio.
Gio. Gio, and you're calling from what location?
New Orleans.
I didn't catch that.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Okay, New Orleans. Gio from New Orleans. Wow, down in the South. Seahawks fan or are you a Saints fan?
Seahawks fan.
You're a Seahawks fan. Okay, all right, that's cool. Are you from there or did you move down there?
No, I've been here for a while. I started watching football and I've seen Seattle first.
And how is it that you became a Seahawks fan as opposed to a Saints fan?
Well, Saints weren't doing too good a couple of years ago, so I just felt like Seattle because they were doing pretty good. And
so
I'm still a fan, so.
So you started following, around the time after they won Super Bowl 48?
2011 is when I started.
2011. 2011. Okay, that was before Russell Wilson. That was not even a great season. But that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you've been following for a while. What's on your mind? You had a question, comment? What's on your mind?
I just wanted to say that I feel like it's going to be a hard game. We can barely beat the Cardinals, I just don't feel like we're going to have a good chance to beat the Rams. We can be missing these field goals or extra points because those really matter come time, like the end of the games, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just don't see us winning on their defense. Their defense is way too dropped. But we can try, but I just don't see us winning on the defense.
All right. Hey, Gio, thanks for the call. I'm going to switch out of here because the connection's a little bit bad. But I think what you were saying, I agree with you. Tough defense the Rams got, but we cannot afford to miss things like that. You can't miss out of any opportunities. We can't miss field goals. We can't get away with stuff that we got away with against the Cardinals. I think what you're basically saying is if we could play a near-perfect game where execution on every single play is just lights out. If we play our perfect game, I think that would be possible to take down the Rams. But we're going to have to play a game that is nearly perfect, and we haven't seen anything close to that this past 4 games so far. We've seen flashes, we've had moments, we've had perfection on some plays, but we've had a lot of not good plays. So we're going to have to clean that up. We'll see. We're at home, so that's always a good thing. All right, let's go to the 509. What's up? You're on with NorbCam. Who's this, and where are you calling from? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're on with NorbCam. Who's this?
It's Jared Philly. I'm from Wenatchee, Washington.
Jared from Wenatchee?
Yep.
All right. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm actually going to the game against LA in Seattle, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Maybe we'll run into each other over there. That's cool.
I hope so.
All right. Well, I'm in section 334, way up top, so I don't know where you're going to be sitting at, but that's where I'll end up being. So just look for the green hair. You'll find me. So,
for sure.
Have you been to any other Seahawks games, or was this the first?
I've been to one game every year for the past 6 years.
Oh, nice. What was the last one?
I went to the one Seahawks versus Rams in LA last year.
Oh, you were in the Coliseum last year for the win.
Yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking, a little stressful there.
Oh, yeah, we almost lost that game, but we did manage to pull out the win, courtesy of
Cooper Kupp
drop. That's right. All right. Well, so you're going to the game. You're making the trip. What's your thoughts on this game? How do we defeat the Los Angeles Rams?
I think our O-line needs to step it up. Just give Russell Wilson a lot more time in the pocket. Make some plays like he always does. That's just like the main goal for that. I think that's going to work. So here's there's a lot more things.
There's a lot more things. But, it's too easy to say our line's got to step up and protect, because the O-line is what it is, right? They're not going to suddenly become reinvented and become something 2 times, 3 times greater than what they've been, right? They are who they are. They are the players we got. So knowing that this is their capability, how do we make it so that we can have them succeed better, increase their chances of success with the same players that we got? That's the question. Because that's on the offensive coordinator. That's on the offensive line coach. It's on the play design to get more out of these guys, knowing what's coming up. You know what I mean? So if you were the offensive coordinator, I like to do this, kind of to test people's, creative ideas.
Oh, yeah.
As an offensive coordinator, what would you do to try to defeat the Rams and keep them at bay and keep Russell upright and keep the chains moving?
I think our run game went pretty well, especially with Mike Davis last week, and I think both Chris Carson and Mike Davis are good running backs. So if we can keep it consistent, like 100 yards per game or more running, I think we'll do really well, just on the ground for sure. So I think if we just keep it consistent with the run game, I think we'll do. We just build from there and make things happen.
I made a song right before the Chicago Bears game. I said, "Run it up the middle." I had this parody of all these running songs, and I said, "Run up the middle." I don't know if running up the middle is the key in this game, knowing what they've got. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they've got to try it, but
yeah,
I think I'd like to see Russell, get a little bit more work in there, run pass option, just to give him a few more. He's hardly run at all this year. I want to say I can't count on one hand the times he's actually had designed quarterback runs, and I'd like to see him, get out there a little bit more. Don't you? I mean, that's what we grew to love about.
Yeah, he's dangerous outside the pocket. So I mean, if he gets room, he's gonna go as fast as he can. So I think, yeah, we'll just see how it progresses throughout. But I'm just saying, if we just just everything plays out right, we'll win the game. So.
Yeah, but how do we stop? So then what's the key on the other side? How do we stop the Rams?
Boy, there's a lot of things. Just trying to narrow it down here.
It's there's not just one thing.
Yeah, exactly. There's never just one thing.
But name one thing. Put you on the spot. Now be the D coordinator. What do you do?
I think we just need to get pressure on Jared Goff. I mean, that's just all we need. If we can just demonetize their O-line, I think if we get a lot of pressure, I think if good defense is a good offense. So I think if we just have a very good defense, that'll lead to a good offense, like I said. So
quarterback pressure would be good. Yep, we got to rush the passer for sure. That's what Pete Carroll's gum said. We rush the passer. I agree.
Yeah, that's right.
Now I don't know if we can just get it done on our own. Do we got to blitz and get creative? Maybe pull a few corner blitzes and try to mix it up that way. Because I don't know, a straight 4-man rush. I don't know. I don't know if that's enough to get it done. But
yeah, we need that Seahawks magic.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. But yeah, man. We'll look for each other out there at that game on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm in section 334.
Yeah, what section are you in again?
334. Way up in GG.
Right,
so, yeah.
Well, I'll try to look for you.
All right. All right, Jared. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it. Go Hawks.
All right, go Hawks. All right, I've got to take this call. I didn't get to talk to her last time. I got to say hi to my friend Nita from Spokane. Nita, what's going on, lady?
What is up, Norb? You know what we need to do? We need to just run it up the middle. Just sing it. You know, we need more Wilson and Baldwin connections because he's back. So.
We need some of
That's
that.
something
yes.
we need to see.
Well, I don't know if we want to
we haven't seen
run it up the middle all the time, but we got to test it a little bit just to keep him honest. And then I think we got to run up the middle a little bit. And then Russell's got to keep it on the outside. And then we throw a little bit of, fake the run and then throw to Baldwin in the slot, doing a little drag route to the right. Anyway, I got all kinds of ideas. But they don't listen to me anyway. But, if I was coaching, no, actually it's hard. I play Madden sometimes. It's been a while, but when I play Madden, it's actually hard to come up with plays on the spot. There are times I'm glad I'm not the offensive coordinator because you're just going, it's 3rd and 6. What do you run? I don't know. But anyway, how you been?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I had a really good day today.
You did?
I'm glad you got to answer my. Yeah, one of my best friends asked me to be a bridesmaid in her wedding next year. So
that's
yeah,
cool.
It's been a good day and. She's a huge Hawks fan. We were looking at Seahawks shirts in Costco today, and it's like, she says, I'm not paying that much for a shirt. And I'm like, but it's only $29. I said, have you seen how much the prices are at the Pro Shop online? Yeah. $29 is cheap.
That is cheap.
But I must have been out of the room when Earl broke his leg.
Oh.
And I'm just, I wasn't in the room. I mean, I came back to the TV, and he was already off the field because I didn't see him flip off whoever he flipped off. I mean, were there people like taunting him or what happened?
No. Yeah, you missed like the whole thing. I don't know how you missed that. That was like a critical point of the game where the Cardinals scored a touchdown on that play. I don't know what you were doing, but
I
anyway,
think I was in the bathroom.
Oh well, that you're excused then. But yeah.
Thank you.
No, he went to try to get to the receiver. He dove over the Cardinals receiver. His leg hit him on the way over. Fractured his shin, basically the same leg he fractured last time. And then as he was getting carted off, he gave a little send-off to the Seahawks head coach and management, basically Pete Carroll, and said, thanks, this is exactly what I was trying to avoid, mother something. And basically that was it. So, yeah, no, it's been all over discussed, basically because he wanted to be traded or signed to an extension, and they didn't do that. And so...
I mean, I'm sad with the way he was treated, but... I mean, that kind of sucks that it got ugly at the end. But hey, you know, you just got to remember that he's a legend. He's done a ton for our team.
Oh, I know. And, you know, he's one of those guys, he should be in the Ring of Honor someday, and you hope that if he goes to the Hall of Fame, he's going to retire as a Seahawk. But you always wonder, this stuff is, you know, is he going to take it personally to the point where he would turn his back completely on the entire Seahawks fan base and team after everything, you know, with his greatest years, no matter what he does from this point on, he will never have the greatest years he would have been as a Seahawk. And so if he does get to the Hall of Fame, you would think he'd go in as a Seahawk. But it makes you wonder. I mean, how many teams have guys who flip their teams off and they go to the Hall of Fame and represent? I don't think it's probably ever happened before.
Yeah, I mean,
but hopefully he'll chill out. You know, a lot of times he does stuff that's very impulsive. He broke his leg the first time, and next thing you know, he's on Twitter saying, thinking about retiring, and of course that didn't happen. So he'll probably come back. He'll probably play for some other team for 2-3 more years, and then his career will be over. And then hopefully by the time we get to the point where he's looking to solidify his legacy, all this stuff will have been forgotten, and maybe it'll all be good. But we'll see.
But to lose him in this fashion, and to lose him to possibly the Cowboys, I mean, that's about as bad as if we were to lose him to the Whiners.
Well,
in my opinion, anyway.
Losing him to the Cowboys, I mean, he got injured and taken out by the Cardinals. Is that what you mean, or are you talking about if he goes to the Cowboys?
If he goes to the Cowboys.
If he goes to the Cowboys. Oh, well. Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's his home state. That's his home
Yeah, I
state.
know. And he made it very clear last year in December, chasing down the head coach to come find him. And I think he was a little pissed that they didn't offer more for him. That's why when he got the second interception against the Cowboys at home, why he bowed to those guys. He bowed to the Cowboys sideline. Basically, his little message there. He's been very much into this, grandstanding antics lately, whether it's flipping off his own team or bowing to the team that he wanted to go to. But basically telling him, see what you missed out, suckers, because you didn't offer more for me. So that's what you get. 2 interceptions. Take that and put your pipe and smoke it. So, Earl's been very much about Earl lately. And I think the guys...
Yeah, I wonder why that happened. I mean, he just suddenly became almost, I don't want to use the word, but almost like selfish.
Well, it is kind of it is selfish. There's no mincing words on that. And, I think he's just in a selfish time here because you got to understand Earl Thomas is in that point of his life where he's probably got one last deal left. He's almost 30. Safeties don't, and generally guys who play with their strength being the speed, that speed starts to drop off quick after 30. So, look what happened to Darrelle Revis. I mean, that guy was number 1 corner in the game. All of a sudden, dropped off and never to be heard from again. And same thing with Earl Thomas is that once you start to lose a step, quickly you become very irrelevant in the NFL. So, while I think he's still got a few more years left, I don't think 3 years tops. I can't see him playing at a high level beyond the age of 33. So he's probably got one last extension left. And basically, by getting injured at this point of his life, it decreased his marketability. His potential to make a lot of money on this next deal just went down, probably cut in half or worse. So that's why he was flipping off the team. So I get it.
I mean, think about, like you said the other day. How much what do you say in your video when you were driving of how much money these guys make in the amount of time that we do in not even a year.
Oh yeah, and the people who are kind of upset or feel bad for Earl Thomas, there's a positive flip side to it. He's getting paid $8.5 million this year. And he's only going to end up playing 4 games and didn't show up to any practices hardly. So, he did pretty good. He made $2 million a game. I'd like to make $2 million a game.
Right? You should make $2 million just for 1 year video.
You get that set up for me. I'll be all over that. But you know what I'm saying? So, he didn't do too badly in this final year of his contract. So, he did all right for this year. But he's looking for the long term. He wants to get that 3-4 year deal worth $14 million, set you and your kids and your kids' kids and your kids' kids' for life.
Grandkids, great grandkids, all the way down the line. I've been following the chat, and there's a person, I don't know if it's male or female, but their name in chat is Country Road, and I have to agree with them. They wrote up
Country
there a while ago. It's been a while. They wrote, Seahawks are going to shock the world.
Oh, shock the world?
Shock the world. I agree with that person.
Does that mean somebody
That's one of the best comments I've seen in a long time. We're gonna shock the world.
Are you telling me you're expecting a Seahawks win on Sunday?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I don't like the Rams.
Well, I don't like
I like the
them. I don't
Rams
like them
as much
either.
as I like the whiners.
I don't like them either.
I mean,
That doesn't
you
mean
know
I think they're
how-
going to win. How are they going to do it
I
then?
mean,
How are we going to
Chris,
shock the world? Okay, you don't just show up and shock the world by accident. So, how are they going to shock
Run
the
it up the middle. Run it up the middle. Even we're even going to shock Chrysostomo.
There's no shocking Chrysostomo. Chrysostomo does the shocking around here.
Dad, watch.
By the way,
watch
the
on
Rams,
Sunday, Chrysostomo.
Not gonna happen. 49er fans. Not gonna happen.
The whiners suck.
Whiners do suck. And now they suck really bad because they lost their quarterback on a stupid play.
I was hoping that you didn't answer my call right after that RO dude, because I would have been following right behind a whiner fan.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's in the chat cussing. I don't know if he's in the chat cussing me out right now or not. I have no clue.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's still around or not. Pete Carroll's Gum says, we shocked the world by getting a nice pass rush. Yep, that'll help. That would be good.
And
That would be good.
there's people that still type in the chat about, you should have ran the ball. It's like, God. Can't we just bury that already?
Oh, you
We
mean
shoulda ran the
Super
ball.
Bowl 49? Super Bowl
Yeah.
49? Oh, we'll be talking about that till the day I die, I think. Somebody actually just messaged me today saying you should make a video talking about Super Bowl 49 and the trickle effect of what happened to our team as a result of not running that ball. It's true. It's like if you can go back, I just want to go back in my DeLorean with the flux capacitor and go back to that time I was there in Arizona and somehow rewire the communication system between Pete Carroll and our offensive coordinator and Russell Wilson and go in there and intercept the signal and go, okay, Russell, on this play, you're going to give it to Marshawn Lynch. And then, all the world would have changed for Seahawks fans everywhere.
Yeah.
And it'd be a whole different script.
There's a person in your chat by the name of Daniel Maria, and I typed out there to that person a while back. They keep saying for you to call them.
Oh, yeah.
And I tried to explain to them that you cannot call them, that they have to call the number right below where your
that's
body
true.
is on the
Well, maybe that's what
screen.
they mean is to take their call. I'm not sure which one is Daniel Maria, though. But, yeah, I can't.
It's and he or she, I'm guessing by the name of Daniel, is in the chat.
Yeah.
And Alana's over there saying I'm delusional. I'm not delusional. It's called hopeful and a true 12. The Hawks are going to shock the world. But I know you probably have a couple more calls to take, so.
I do. Yes. Well, Nito, it's good to talk to you. You're
you
always.
too. Before you hang up, your face paint, you've changed it. It looks really good.
Thank you.
Just don't eat any more jalapenos on your nachos, and you won't have a runny nose. Actually, after you wiped your nose, I was watching you after you wiped your nose. I think I typed to you in the chat that your paint was fine.
Yes. It is weird to think when I'm live streaming because, there's one thing about doing YouTube live streams compared to, like, say, a network broadcast. You don't have to worry about Joe Buck and Troy Aikman being caught eating nachos and jalapenos and getting sour cream on their face while they're in between takes. It's all perfectly done. I have to remember sometimes I'm sitting there eating something and it's all going out live, uncensored, and every little booger and snot drip and thing on my face is all out there for people to see. And it's like, hey, here's all my junk right here.
You chew with your mouth closed, and thank God that you sound nothing like Chris Collinsworth, because I wouldn't be able to listen to you if you even remotely sounded like him. That guy makes my skin crawl. I will mute the TV.
I hear people say that too, and I don't know. Chris Collinsworth doesn't bother me. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just, I'm okay. I don't take anything personally, but anyway, I know a lot of people feel the same way, and a lot of people don't like Joe Buck either. and Troy Aikman for that matter. But hey, if they want to listen to me, I'm more than happy to put myself out there. You know, it's a lot of fun. So
I think
cool.
Chrysostimo would do a better job than Chris.
Chrysostimo on a radio broadcast for like 3 hours straight. That would be intense.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine how bad your jaws would hurt?
My throat would be hash afterwards, but anyway, be pretty funny. All right, I got to go, Nita. Thank you for calling.
Take care, Norb.
All right.
Go Hawks.
Talk to you later. Go Hawks. Yeah.
Bye.
All righty. I would take your call, Daniel Maria, but I don't know who you are out here. So, but let's see. Let's go to the 720. I got only minutes remaining. To the 720 we go. Who's this and where are you calling from?
I'm from Denver, Colorado.
From Colorado. What's your name? What's your name?
James.
James?
James.
James.
Yeah.
James from Colorado. Are you a Seahawks fan?
No.
No. Who are you a fan of? Broncos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So what's on your mind, Bronco fan?
The Seahawks. I'm rooting for the Seahawks in this game. The Rams need to be 4-1.
You think the Rams will be 4-1 after they play my Seahawks?
Yep.
Ooh, wow. Well, I like your confidence. You know, we should have beaten you guys in week 1. You know that, right? You guys were lucky. You guys were lucky.
We won.
You won, but you were lucky. We missed a field goal, didn't run the ball. We gave you that victory. But hey, it's at the end of the day, it's all about the score. So congratulations to you guys. You guys had a rough one last time. Monday Night Football. You guys lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. You had a 10-0.
Yeah.
You had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter and blew it. What happened? Were you watching that game?
Yeah, I was watching it.
Yeah, pretty tough, huh?
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, I bet it sucked. Kansas City is looking pretty good though. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you the vote of confidence that we're going to beat the Rams. I'm not sure how that's going to be done, but coming from a Broncos fan, we'll take every little bit of luck we can get. So thanks for the call. I appreciate it. All right.
The Seahawks O-line needs to stop Aaron Donald.
We need to stop Aaron Donald. I agree. We also need to stop Ndamukong Suh and Jared Goff and Gurley, and the list goes on. But yes, I agree. We got to stop Aaron Donald, or he's going to break Russell Wilson in half. Can't have that. All right, take it easy, man.
Bye.
Appreciate the call. All right, trying to go through these fast because I got like a few left here. All right, who's this? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Jay from Prosser, Washington.
Jay, what's up, man? What's on your mind?
Yeah, obviously a huge Seahawks fan, but I got a few things about the game on Sunday.
All right, talk to me.
Now, feel free to cut me off. I'm going to go off here for a few minutes. So.
Go for it.
All right. My first point is we need to be good on third down. Now, like last week, we went 0 for 10. There's no way we can duplicate that. So it starts on third down on offense.
Agreed.
And then on offense, it all comes down to running the ball. I hope Mike Davis can get some carries. If he can run the ball like he did last week, that'll set up some passes for Russell and get our offense going in the passing game. I'm assuming Marcus Peters will be on Doug Baldwin, so let's hope Lockett and Marshall can win their battle. There's no Keith lead, so that's a plus for us. And let's hope Marshall won't drop any more passes.
Yes, amen to that. No love for Chris Carson. Everybody's in love with Mike Davis. Did they forget Chris Carson, what he has been doing when he touches the ball?
I mean, I like Chris Carson, but he's just coming off a little injury. So if Mike Davis stays hot, why not roll with him, you know?
All right. Okay.
And then one last thing.
Yeah.
And then on our defense, it's going to be a huge test in our secondary. We got a rookie, Trey Flowers, on the other side with Shaq Griffin. So let's hope he can do a good job with Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. Because I'm assuming Marcus Peters will be on, Doug Baldwin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then also, you know what surprising stat for me is with Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald? They only have 2 sacks each. When I saw that stat, I couldn't believe it. I thought they have a lot more sacks than they do right now. So let's just hope Russell can find a game plan for him to get the ball out quick, and I think we'll have a chance on Sunday.
Wow, I'm surprised too. 2 sacks apiece, but I'm sure the pressures are there, even if the sacks aren't on the stats. I imagine that those guys are still wreaking havoc in terms of putting pressure on the quarterback.
Right.
But yeah, I guess there's some reason to be hopeful there. But yeah, no, those are all good points. I was talking to my buddy Patrick. We were talking his pick for his key player is Brandon Marshall. Got to get him going because I think he could be our answer to third down. He's got to catch the ball. I mean, that guy is better than that. So.
Oh, for sure. He's a big body receiver. So if he can get down the field and win his battle, he should have a touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah. Back shoulder fades, man. He should be getting 15 yards a pop on those things. That big body of his.
Oh.
So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you think? Seahawks win this game?
I'm gonna put. Obviously, my Seahawks star says yes. I'm gonna say yes. I think we win by field goal.
Ooh.
We're at home. I know we got our butts kicked last year at our house, so let's just hope that we can put the staple in our division. And this is a huge game too. We're sitting at 2-2, and they're 4-0. So if we win this game, we're just one game back from the Rams if we have game up on them. So this is a huge game for you.
Yeah, it is huge. It is. If not, then they got this division all by themselves with a big old gap cushion for them. So, yep. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to be very interested to see how they scheme this, how they're going to try to attack this defense and how they're going to try to, get some points because LA is averaging 33-plus points. We have not even scored 33. So,
exactly.
All right. Well, good points there. I agree. I agree with all of them. Except maybe I put Carson above that list, but hey, him or Mike Davis.
Let's just roll with that.
Yeah, or
pound the ball.
Let them both run it, but run it. They got we need to get at least 25 carries. If we can do that, and I know we've got a game that might actually be close. So.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
Go Hawks. A quick shout out to the chat. Anonymous King says he thinks the Seahawks are going to lose 43-10. I don't think it's going to be that big of a gap. I think it's going to be less than that. Still don't predict a win, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was last year. Okay. Wow. Moments away. All right. Got to be these quick. All right. Anthony D, what's up, man?
NorbCam, we finally meet. You probably know me as Grumpy Old Mike. How you doing, Norb? How really?
I am doing just fine, Grumpy Old Vike. What say you about the state of things? Your Vikings did not do so well against the Rams, and now we got to take them down.
I know that for sure. Thank you for taking my call, because I was getting ready to have your friend Anthony D as my dinner for the Vikings.
That sounds pretty scary. So what's up, man? What's up? What you got for me?
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for taking my call, because apparently Mike was going to try to eat me.
Yeah. So that's your secret character, huh?
Oh, my alter ego. His name is Vike Road. He's a grumpy Minnesota Vikings fan with a purple eye.
Gotcha. All right. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was gonna ask. I'm gonna make it quick. I was gonna ask you, since we're gonna be playing the Vikings this year, we should make a rivalries video. I'll make my own here at my house while you do the same, and I'll email you the footage to your editor or whatever you do it, and you do the do.
All right. Send me a creative brief on your idea of how the sketch would go down. Write a little synopsis of the story, and then let's see where it goes from there. All right.
Okay.
Surprise me. Surprise me.
But I'm gonna have to do it on my memo, and I'll send it to you.
All right. Sounds good. Surprise me.
Yeah.
Come up with something creative.
I'm thinking of having Grumpy or Vike sending a package with a bomb sent to our house.
What?
Well, it's a kind of a fake bomb.
Oh, then the story.
He's just
Okay,
trying-
okay. Well, for the sake of
he's
time,
trying to get-
I got you.
He's trying to get us. He's trying to get us to admit that the Vikings are the best in the NFL. I don't think so.
Okay, I got you. All right. Put it in a little paragraph synopsis. Send it to me, and then I can review it. I don't want to do it here on the air, on the air because I gotta wrap this thing up in like 2 minutes. So, all right.
Well, let's go to the Rams. If we want to beat the Rams, protect Russell Wilson. Don't get distracted by the other players that are weak in getting to Russell Wilson. Hold your ground against the strongest. And for crying out loud, stop missing field goals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Cannot afford to leave points on the board, Sebastian Janikowski, for sure. But yeah, it's a good point. We got to protect Wilson. Got to make our field goals. We got to be perfect on Sunday. Must be perfect. What is this? Michael Kick says, 28-17 Seahawks. Russ steals his balls from Sierra. You know what's funny is I love how people blame Russell Wilson's play on the field with the women he's with. Either his ex-wife was a problem, so that's why he played bad. He was going through a divorce, that's why he was overthrowing the ball. He's married to Sierra, and she's messing with him. That's why he's struggling. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Let's quit blaming the women. That's not the problem. It's Anthony D's problem.
How about don't blame the women at all?
It's Anthony's.
Hey,
it's
whoa.
Anthony D's
my
fault. It's the butterfly effect. You did one thing bad in Yakima, and it caused a chain reaction, causing Russell Wilson to overthrow the pass. You know how the theory goes.
Don't blame me, NorbCam.
Okay. Anyway, I'm just messing with you. Send me the story. Send me your draft. I'll look at it. All right, man. Well, thanks for hanging in there.
I'll send you the story and make the script, and yeah. And before I leave, Glenville Vike is coming up, and he has one more thing to say.
Uh-oh. What?
All right, Vike. All right. You here? Take my phone. Well, that's a good pep talk you and Anthony have, Norb. We'll see who gets the win when we go toe-to-toe and our game day with each other.
We'll find out in a few weeks because that's not until December. Sunday Night Football, Mr. Viking. And we'll see who's the last man standing.
Please, call me Vike. Please, Norb. Call me Vike.
I
That's
won't.
my real name.
Not gonna, because you asked me to. All right, I gotta go.
Well,
see you later, Anthony,
Okay, buddy.
Vike. Take it easy. Go Hawks.
Take it easy, buddy. Go Hawks.
All right, one last one right here. See what we got. All right, who's this? Where are you calling from?
Washington.
Yeah. And who is this?
Daniel.
Yeah. Oh, you're the one who's been saying in the chat to give you a call? Hello?
Seahawks are going to dominate the Rams.
We're going to dominate the Rams. Okay, how?
36-10.
36-10. Seahawks? I'd buy that for $1. And how do we do that? How's that going to happen?
If Russell Wilson doesn't get sacked,
If Russell Wilson doesn't get sacked? Okay.
then we do it good in offense.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a Seahawks fan since 2010.
Okay. The year Pete Carroll came to the Seahawks. The year of the Beastquake run against the New Orleans Saints. Matt Hasselbeck's final season with the Seahawks. The year a 7-9 Seahawks team won the NFC West. That's the 2010 year you're talking about, isn't it? Hello?
Is
Are you there?
When I was watching the Seahawks against Cardinals, I thought they were going to go to overtime.
I did, too. I think we were lucky to get away with the game-winning field goal. I thought we were actually going to lose. I didn't think we were going to overtime. I thought we were going to lose that game. I knew as soon as he missed it, I knew we were going to win. I thought before the missed kick by what's-his-face on the Cardinals, I thought we were going to lose. So that was actually a pleasant surprise. Glad we got the win, though. Would have sucked to be 1-3 and lose to an 0-3 team. So, yeah. Well, Daniel, I would love to see the Seahawks win 36. What'd you say? 36-10?
Yep.
That is a bold prediction, sir. But you know what? I would take it, and I would be like jumping for joy. I might like strip off my clothes and run down Occidental Street after the game if we pulled off some kind of miracle thing like that. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, folks. I'm just saying I would consider it. But anyway, I got to go. Time's running out, and I got to go. So I'm sorry. I got to cut this off. But Daniel, thanks for the call. Appreciate it, man. 36-10. I love it. Go Hawks. All righty. Well, that's it, folks. Samik Harris. That is my take on your pronunciation. He wants to see if I can pronounce your name. Doesn't look that hard. Samik Harris. Anyway, all right, guys. That is it. Thanks for hanging out with me for the past, geez, has it been 2 hours? It's been 2 hours. My God, it's been a long time. But thanks for hanging out with me. Got to talk a lot of crazy stuff. Got to talk a little bit Seahawks, Rams, Earl Thomas, 49ers, all that kind of stuff. But we'll do this again, and thank you for spending the last couple hours with me, and we'll see what happens on Sunday. It's going to be a crazy game, but you never know. Right now, everybody's got a chance. Who knows? Maybe we could pull off the 36-10. But hey, you don't know. All right, I got to run, guys. Thank you for hanging with me. That was fun. Love you guys, man. These calls never cease to amaze me. Never cease to entertain. Hello? Creepy. The music just came back on. Yeah, that was fun. That was, it never ceases to amaze me where people are calling from all over the world, from Maine to Iowa to Orlando, Florida, and there's a lot of Seahawks fans all over the world. And, well, you guys got some interesting theories, from fullbacks to punters to 36-10 to crazy Vikes. Man, hilarious. Elena says, I need to get some sleep. How'd you know I've been, like, not having any sleep lately? Been burning the midnight oil and then some. All right, thanks, you guys, for hanging with me. We'll talk to you guys soon. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. And hit that notification bell so you can get a video notification every time I post one up. And catch my live stream right over there. I will be live streaming out of CenturyLink Field at the game at Sunday at 1 o'clock. So we'll go watch this thing together, see what happens. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Go Hawks.